it's an interesting program. I am impressed to see students from as young as grade 1 taking charge of the library. The teacher doesn't necessarily have to be there because these children, they know exactly what they have to do and they maintain law and order in the library. Even though I pass in the library, they look at me and they look at what I'm doing, even while they are on duty. Sometimes the teachers may not necessarily have the time or the energy to spend and wait so that everybody gets a book and so on. But with a child your own age, encouraging you to come to the library and, you're supposed to put this back there and so, it creates a very friendly atmosphere where one child would teach the other child to read, or one child would show the other children where to find books, from the very easy books to the most difficult books, and the children know the library inside out. One of the things I've been most impressed with is the student librarians, they got together and they created the solar system, and they had their planets and so on. And they were inspired by the books that came from Hands Across the Seas with the solar system. And they spent so much time creating the planets and so on, and afterwards they had lights and they had their astronauts and so on, and eventually everybody wanted to read those books. And it wasn't like a teacher came and said, you need to read this for a book report, or you need to do that for a project and so on. Just by that little project that the student librarians did, people just started to read on the solar system, and I think that is quite commendable. I am proud of all you student librarians at the back. I think most of all, in selection, willingness to work, love for books, love for library, love for order. Actually, we have 2 students at our school. They have been given a lot of trouble. And Mr. Zilski, and hearing them getting into trouble all the time, just decided, just to keep them busy, to get involved in the library. Now, when they started coming to the library, they started becoming more responsible. And they got so involved in the job that they had to do in the library. Sometimes they stay there for the entire break time or the entire lunch time, and they have no time to give trouble. All things are possible. We have at CMS what I call our cute little closet-sized library. And if it is possible for a library that dimension to be able to facilitate 168 students, it is possible. Anything is possible. And if little children as young as grade 1 can be a student librarian, then entire schools with students can participate and be student librarians also.
So at our school we have a student librarian program. It is usually taking about 2 students from every grade, and they help out during the class library times. These students are trained to check out books, to return books, keep the library orderly, to help other students find books that are at their level. In my experience, it hasn't been hard to find students to be junior librarians. The students they want to be junior librarians. They want to be in the library, they want to be with the books. It's actually been really hard selecting from all the students that want to be junior librarians. My junior librarians, what I've seen is they tend to feel a sense of accomplishment. They tend to feel, they feel proud of the work that they're doing. For the younger students, they like just being involved. And for the older students, they like helping the younger students. Having a staff member in charge of the junior librarians, I think, makes a big difference. But it doesn't have to be a big time commitment for that staff member. It can be an after-school club, it can be a before-school club, or even just during lunchtime. I think a lot of times students like to feel that they are important, that they feel empowered by their classmates. And so having a junior librarian in each classroom, I think, gives them a position of responsibility that maybe they wouldn't otherwise have. And I think that means a lot a lot of times it can feel a little bit intimidating to have a junior librarian program. I think it's easy to feel like it has to be a big time commitment. In my experience, it really hasn't been. I think if you find those students that want to be junior librarians and you find the ones that are ready to take on that responsibility, they will take the lead, and they just need a little guidance from you. And I think it's easy to get that set up if you want to try. I've been really impressed by the students that I've worked with. They put a lot of heart and a lot of time into being junior librarians. So I think they definitely grow by being junior librarians. I think it's important to feel comfortable giving children some responsibility. I think the kids, they want to feel important, they want to feel involved, and especially for those students that are first learning how to read, having a peer support them while they're reading, I think means a lot to them, and it means a lot to both of them.